people of the state of Michigan versus Daniel Clay Hallfield, file number 18-18954FH, 18-18953FH. Sir, we are here on both of these files on a request and summons for probation violation. The allegation is that you violated the terms of your probation by pleading guilty on April 25 of 2023 in the 23rd District Court to attempted larceny, and you were sentenced to $200 in fines on file number 23-0178OM. Where's the 23rd District Court?
That is Taylor, Michigan.
Okay. All right. So, sir, do you understand that's the allegation against you on this violation of probation?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. On file number 18-18954FH, you are on probation for possession of methamphetamine, which carries a maximum penalty of up to 10 years, and possession of a narcotic, which is a 4-year felony. So if you were to plead guilty or be found guilty on that file, you understand that you could be facing up to 10 years?
Yes.
Okay. And then on file number 18-18953FH, you're on probation on a counterfeit prescription form charge, which means that if you plead guilty or found guilty, you could be facing up to 4 years in prison on that file. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you do have a right to have an attorney represent you at this and all subsequent hearings. If we can't afford to hire one, we can appoint you one at public expense. Do you want an attorney? Are you going to hire an attorney, or do you want an attorney appointed to represent you?
I guess I'll just take the court appointed. I don't know. My PO from that does the supervision in Lincoln Park. She told me that there would be 2 options. I would be violated or released today from probation because I've paid all the fines and this was my first violation.
Okay. Well,
I don't know.
So those are her potential options, but understand I could send you to incarceration as well.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
All right. So Ms. Van Dusen, will Ms. Underwood be doing pickups today?
Yes, she is, Your Honor.
Okay.
But
so
I can handle this real quick if you'd like.
all right, I'm gonna send you a chat. All right, and then I'm gonna send you a screenshot of the request and summons. All right, Ms. Van Dusen?
Judge,
Yes.
I just sent them to her.
Thank you.
Oh, never mind. Ms. Adams is wrapping it. All right, so I'm gonna open up a breakout room. And Mr. Hallfield, you can go ahead and. All right, so now I'm gonna put you in, Ms. Van Dusen, into that breakout room. Go ahead and join that breakout. Hi, what case are you hearing?
It's a failure to return jury summons, FTA Amy Burbank.
All right, what's your name?
Amy Burbank.
Okay, Ms. Adams, are you at your desk?
Yes, I am.
Will you tell Phyllis that I have a Miss Burbank here on a failure to return a jury? Did you already fill it out?
I actually mailed it back. I filled it out a long time ago. So
Have you checked in across the hall to get another one?
no, I did not.
All right, so go down the hall to the clerk's office on the left,
Okay.
ask for Phyllis,
Okay.
and tell them I sent you down there to fill out the juror questionnaire. If you do that, then she'll let me know and get you on your way, all right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, somebody has called in on a telephone. Can I ask your name, please?
Keegan Lance.
Say it again for me, please.
I'm sorry.
Can you say your name again?
It's Keegan Lance.
Okay. All right. Okay, so Mr. Lance, you will be taking your case next.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put you in the waiting room. Don't hang up, and I'll bring you back in a minute, all right? Miss Brenner, I have this one, Mr. Lance, is a show cause on one of your old files.
Yes, Your
Looks
Honor.
like
He was on a
is,
delay, and so it's a show cause because he's not been complying with the delay.
Okay, I didn't know if you wanted to, because I know Miss Underwood is on your other file this morning, and I'm gonna guess she's down in front of Judge Olsaver. But,
Yeah, I only have these two. I have two with you this morning, both with her.
okay, all right, perfect.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Miss Brenner, how was Wicked?
It was pretty good, but honestly, I've seen better. Not better. I've seen better Wicked performances than this cat.
I saw it so many times when it first came out that I was comparing. And then I was like, okay, I can't see this for like another 10 years. So.
Yeah, I've seen it like 8 times now. And so that's what I did. I was like, oh, that was good, but not spectacular like others.
Yep.
So
All right, where'd Mr. Hollifield go? He was
Hi.
here.
Well, he probably messed up on trying to leave the breakout room.
Oh, I got him. He's back.
Okay.
Okay, all right. All right, Mr. Hollifield, have you had a chance to speak with Ms. Van Duzen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Van Duzen, is he eligible for court-appointed counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. And he's going to plead not guilty or guilty. Sorry, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I don't know if it'll be you, Ms. Van Duzen, or Ms. Underwood, but sentencing would be June 8th at 8 a.m.
Okay.
All right, so Mr. Hollifield, want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Mr. Hollifield, you had asked for court-appointed counsel, and I appointed Ms. Van Duzen to represent you. Have you now had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Van Duzen?
Yes, I have.
Are you satisfied with Ms. Van Duzen as your attorney and the advice that she has given you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, neither the prosecutor, I'm sorry. Do you understand that you do have a right to contest this violation of probation charge and to have a trial?
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Do you understand that throughout the trial, you would be presumed innocent until your guilt is proven by a preponderance of the evidence?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you have a right to have all the witnesses against you appear at your trial and to ask those witnesses questions, to have your lawyer ask those witnesses questions, and to have me order any witnesses who might have to appear at the trial? Do you understand that all of that?
Yes, ma'am.
You do not have to testify at your trial, and no one can say anything about you not testifying or hold it against you in any way. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, ma'am.
On the other hand, do you understand that you have a right to testify at your trial if you want to testify?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so on each of these files, how do you plead to the charge? Oh, there's 2 conditions. I'm sorry, I missed the second one. That you violated all the terms of your probation by committing a new crime, pleading guilty on April 25 of 2023 to attempted larceny. And then there's a condition 6, failure to pay costs ordered, in that you had a balance of $658. Did you say you paid that off?
Yes, ma'am. I'm completely paid off.
He did
All
pay
right,
that
so
off.
all right, so Ms. Holly, I'll strike that second one
Okay.
then. All right, so how do you plead to the charge that you committed a new crime, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you will be giving up the right to a trial, as I've already explained to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anything been promised you to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone threatened you in any way to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
If I accept this plea, you will be giving up any and all claims that your plea is given as a result of promises or threats that were not disclosed to the court on the record during this hearing, but that it was not your own choice to enter the plea. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it your own choice to plead guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
All So, sir, you were placed on probation. One of the terms of your probation on these files was that you were not to violate any laws or commit any crimes. Would you agree with that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, on April 25th of 2023 in the 23rd District Court in Taylor, Michigan, did you plead guilty to attempted larceny?
Yes, ma'am.
I accept the plea. It has been given understandably, voluntarily, and accurately. The defendant has full knowledge of his rights. He does have competent counsel. I'm going to refer this matter to the probation department for a pre-sentence investigation. I'm going to set sentencing on June 8th at 8 a.m. Now, Mr. Hollifield, you do have a right to appear in person if you would like, but would you also, I'm going to give you the option of appearing via Zoom if you would prefer that. So how would you like to appear?
It's a lot easier because I live in Westland. And that's like an hour and 20 minutes from you guys to be able to do Zoom if that is possible.
Okay, so we'll set that for Zoom. All right, Miss Holly, do you want to break out room with them, or what would you like me to do?
No, that's fine. I can call
Okay,
him.
you're gonna get a call from somebody from our department, and just make sure you take the call and talk to them. They'll prepare a pre-sentence report. We'll provide that to the public defender's office. I would probably contact the public defender's office. What's the phone number, Miss Van Duzen?
517-264-5353.
About a week before, so maybe June 8th is, gosh, it's already.
We don't
Yeah.
get the PSIs till almost 2 days before sometimes.
Okay, so on Tuesday, June 6th, why don't you call there and say, you know, Ms. Van Duzen had been appointed to represent me, and I'm just calling to review my PSI or
Yep.
probation violation report. All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and we'll see you back on June 8th at 8 a.m. via Zoom. Thank you. If you don't get to review it with them, I'll give you time that morning, okay? All right, thank you, Mr. Hollifield, you're all set.
Your Honor, when they usually call, we usually try to get a email address, and then we'll email it to them.
Okay. All right, I have Keegan Lance. Ms. Van Duzen, that's you?
Nope, I have.
That's Rhonda.
Oh, Taylor Terrio.
Yeah,
I got Taylor Terrio.
Isn't this actually Lance's sentencing? Not a show cause?
I don't have a
I had
report.
requested an accelerated sentence, and I think they set it for a show cause to see why or if we should accelerate.
Okay,
Okay.
that's why I didn't know about today.
Yeah, I don't think that there's I don't know if a updated PSI has been prepared. So
No.
yeah, so I will proceed that way. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, all right, so Taylor Terrio, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. Change it here. Let's see. All right, so this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Taylor Ray Terrio, file number 2021-20257FH. I have Dawn Van Duzen appearing on behalf of Ms. Terrio, and I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people. This is the date and time set for a pretrial. I will say that I have a stipend order adjourning from March 15 to April 26 in the file. I don't have a stipend order for that date to this date, and it may have been filed, but just double check because it might be across the hall. So, all right. So Ms. Van Duzen, this is the date and time set for pretrial. How would you like to proceed?
Your Honor, my notes don't, let's see. Oh, okay. Could I speak with Miss, is it Theria? Is how you say it?
It's
Terrio.
Terrio.
Terrio. Okay, could I speak with her real quick?
Sure. All right, so all right, Ms. Terrio, I'm going to assign you and Ms. Van Duzen. If you could start your video, please. Go ahead and join that breakout room. Sir, what is your name?
James Holt,
Holt.
and they should be.
So you don't have a file today, you're just here to watch?
I'm just here to watch one of
Who is it?
the JB card.
Okay. Okay. Good morning, Mr. Amadeo. You have Patrick Worley. Imagine that he was in my waiting room.
Well, your staff donuts from Ann Arbor. My probate team always wants them.
Jeff, the donuts. You know, I have a strict no donut policy because, you know, we all don't need them, but we're in Ann Arbor.
DJs,
Nice.
yeah. My probate team always requests I bring them in, so.
Do they? Yeah, donuts are pretty inherent in probate court. All right, I have a gentleman on an iPhone. What is your name? I know your name, but
Zachary McFarland.
yep, I'm gonna change your screen name.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and then who's your attorney, Mr. McFarland?
Sam Malarno.
So he's, as always, next door first. So I'm gonna change your screen name, then I'm gonna pop you in the waiting room, and I've got his initials there, so I know he's your attorney. All right, Mr. Worley, if you could unmute your device, see the tag. You tell Mr. Mawad. Make sure Mr. Mawad knows Mr. Amadeo. Clients always wear a suit and tie and dress shirt.
We have an image judge.
Unlike Mr. Mawad's clients. All right, so this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Patrick John Worley, file number 20-20094 FC, and William Amadeo appearing on behalf of Mr. Worley. And I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people. This is the date and time set for a pretrial conference. Mr. Amadeo, how would you like to proceed?
Your Honor, at this time, this is probably going to be trial bound, but I did speak to Prosecutor Wise yesterday. We would like to set a final pretrial and a motion date and a motion to file. It will take them probably a lengthy bit of time to respond to it. So maybe we can kick this out 30 days. I could file it, give the people all the time they need, and then we'll decide trial dates whenever that's acceptable to the court. The motion may dictate a lot of things, even potentially up to a dismissal, in my opinion.
Okay, so I can do a filing deadline. So when do you think you can have your motion filed?
I'll have it updated complete within 2 weeks, Judge.
Okay, so let's go, must be filed and you must be exchanged and filed by 6/14. And then people can have, what, 2 weeks to respond. So 6/28 for the people. And then,
I have 23 on the list.
let's see, I'll give you a week after that. Is that all right?
That's it?
And Miss, do you want me to get the motion date now?
That's fine. Actually, a bench trial, you want July 5th, so if that's
I was
available.
gonna set up
That'd
for
be
July.
great.
All right. Hearing. July and. Hold on. And. Okay, so. All right, and control conference and motion.
Now, I'm gonna have to straighten that deal. I'm hoping that, okay.
Miss Adams, in a minute, can I get a copy of this? or no, never mind, send it out. So I've got, you'll file your motion and exchange it by June 14th. We'll have opportunity to respond by June 28th, your reply by obviously July 5, and then we will set this for pretrial and motion hearing on July 5. And what time did you say gotta be here on July 5?
I'm actually here at 8:30 for a bench trial before you, so want to do it
Okay.
early.
Yeah, at 8:30. I mean, it'll get her when it gets through. Okay, so, Mr. Worley, we're going to set this over for hearing on July 5 at 8:30.
Okay, Your Honor.
And is there anything else, Mr. Amadeo? You
That'd
want?
be it. Thank you, Judge.
Right, your bond's continued, Mr. Worley, and we'll see you back on July 5.
Do I need to do a stiff or not, Your Honor, on this? Thank you.
Make sure that a judge's copy gets sent to as well, okay?
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Everybody have a good day. Thank you.
Patrick, I'll call you.
All right, we are back on the record with Taylor Terrio. So now I don't know what to do. Right, so we're, let's see, Ms. Terrio, could you start your video, please? Ms. Terrio, I'm gonna, there you go. Oh, you got a baby, okay. I just wanted
I
to
have
see.
my
you.
baby,
Stop. It's okay, you can stop the video, I just wanted to see your
Okay.
face. All right, so Ms. Van Dusen, how do you wish to proceed on behalf of Ms. Terrio?
She's going to plead to a misdemeanor use of meth with a 7411.
Alright. So it would be an added
But
count.
I didn't know I was
to-
pleading for usage of meth. I don't know what I'm pleading for though. I'm just confused. That's what I'm pleading for.
Okay, so Ms. Van Dusen, I'm gonna open that breakout room.
Okay, thank you.
And- All right, so Ms. Terrio, you're gonna get another invitation to join the breakout room. If you end up taking the plea today, though, I'm gonna have to have video of you when I swear you in, so there you go. Go ahead and join that breakout room. Is anybody in here a defendant or just watching? You are? What's your name? James Smith? Yes. All right, let me mark that you're in person. You're Mr. Goldstein. So Mr. Goldstein is probably next door in front of Judge O'Saver right now, but when he comes down, I will call your case, okay? Miss Adams, do we have an older pre-sentence report on Keegan Lance? Somewhere back there.
I will look.
I have a gentleman in front of like a blue board with a beard. What is your name, please?
Brandon Brigman.
Say it again.
Brandon Brigman.
Yep, got it.
That one's mine, Judge, with Rhonda.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Brigman, you are represented by Miss Underwood, and she is in front of the judge next door right now. So I am going to change your screen name, and then I'm gonna pop you in the waiting room. And when we're ready to call your case, we can bring you back in, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, I do not see another PSI.
Another one at all? Okay.
There should be one. I did one.
I don't have one in the file. Is it on maybe my standing desk with stuff for this week? I wouldn't think it would be, but.
I did it way back in February.
I'll keep looking, Judge.
The December date. Sorry. For some reason, I can't remember that this week. All right, so we got Miss Terrio back. So Miss Terrio, have you had enough time now for Miss Van Dusen to answer your questions?
Yes, Your Honor, she has, but we're just gonna ask for another pretrial date. She had an appointment with me and she had the baby at the same time, so she's gonna do a telephone appointment with me, and then we will, if you could give us another date if possible, a couple weeks out, so that way she can come in and talk to me.
Okay, how about June 21 at 8:30?
Sounds good.
Yep, and I'll do the stip in order.
Okay, and you might want to check to make sure that April 26th one to today was done. It might be done, I just don't have it in my file.
Okay, I will make sure that's done too.
All right, Mr. Sneed, can you sign your name with permission on the stip in order?
Yes, please. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, have a good day, Miss Terrio.
Thank you.
May I have
Thank
that
you.
date again, Judge?
June
June 21.
Thank you.
Thanks, Judge, that's all I have.
Thank you. Oh, wait, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, have a good day.
Thank you.
I've got 35 all in there.
I have all prosecutors. I don't have any defense attorneys right now, so.
I was going to come in initially. And after you call, so I guess. And then use another one, so I can take that one. And the name of the back signs. Battery. All right, here you go. Sure. You ever look at that Sunday? Yeah.
Ms. Hera, good morning.
Good morning.
All right. All right, Miss Underwood, there you are. Brigman, we're gonna start with Brigman. All right, this is in the matter of people of the state of Michigan versus Brandon Ty Brigman, file number 21-20566FH. I have Rhonda Underwood appearing on behalf of Mr. Brigman, and I have Sarah Brenner appearing on behalf of the Attorney General's office. Well,
This is a pre-trial, Your Honor, and the defendant has been paying his child support really well. So we had been in discussions of him pleading to a reduced charge of an attempt with a delay of sentence. I'm not sure if that is what he wants to take advantage of today or not.
Could I have a brief breakout with my client, Your Honor?
yep, hold on 1 second. Miss Adams, I found a document and I put a Post-it note on it because it was in the wrong file. Can you leave the Post-it on it when it goes across the hall?
Okay.
Ms. Underwood and Mr. Brigman, I'm going to pop you in a waiting room. Let's see. All right, Mr. Brigman, you'll get an invitation to join a breakout room. Go ahead and join that. All right, I have somebody on a device. I guess I gotta send you a chat message. Morning, Mr. Fry. Oh, they hung out now. You have Deborah Bacon?
Yes.
It's 8:35. She hasn't logged in yet.
She usually comes in person, but I haven't seen her yet.
Okay, okay. Mr. Goldstein, I have Mr. Smith in the courtroom, so are you, oh, he's on the phone. He just shushed me. David Goldstein's the only attorney that can shush me. Maybe Doug Hartung, he can shush me too, but so he's not ready for us, Mr. Smith. We'll just have to wait a minute. All right, Ms. Hera, you represent Plummer. I do not have Hunter Plummer. Is he with you?
I just saw him. He had a mobile device that was, I think it was labeled Tinno, Tinno.
Oh, okay. He disconnected, so we'll wait for him to log back in. Mr. Goldstein, are you ready for us now?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I was talking to another judge. Apologize.
Mr. Smith, you want to come up to the podium? I told your client you're the only attorney that can shush me. You and Doug Hartung. Everybody else can't do that. So.
What about George?
No, just you two.
Okay. I'll tell George that.
All right, this is a matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus James Earl Smith. We have two files, file number 22-20811FH and 22-20810FH. I have David Goldstein appearing on behalf of Mr. Smith. And Mr. Hartung, are you here on this one?
No, I'm just here waiting to shush you, Your Honor. I'm not here on Mr. Smith's case.
Right. And I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people. We obviously didn't go to trial on May 2nd of 2023. So Mr. Goldstein, how do we stand on these files?
Well, Your Honor, I've spoken to Mr. Smith about the potential pleas. He is not interested in a plea. He wants to take these matters to trial. But I'm going to say very honestly, if Mr. Smith isn't better about communicating with me and coming in to talk to me, I don't know how I'm going to prepare for those trials. So.
All right. So Mr. Smith, you've been really good about zooming in and showing up, but as an attorney, he can't prepare for trial unless you go spend time with him.
Right.
Because I mean, sometimes we can prepare for trial better without our clients there, but in this case, he needs you to come in and meet with him. Do you have a meeting you would like me to, do you have a date and time for him to come visit you so we can schedule that and I can tell him he needs to be there?
He's got my number. He just needs to call and set it up with my secretary. That's all.
Okay, can you do that today?
Yes.
Okay. Miss Adams, Mr. Smith is not in custody, but this, well, it's not that incredibly old either. How many days will you need for trial? You had 2 days before?
Yes, Your Honor. So the court understands these two files are not connected. So they are actually two separate trial dates. I'm assuming we're going to be trying the felonious assault first.
Yep, I had us down for the 20810 file first.
Yeah, and I would say 2 days for that, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Sneed, would you agree?
Yes, Judge.
So Miss Adams, I'm looking for a 2-day jury trial. I know we're probably, well, Mr. Goldstein's got a couple cases here this summer, so probably fall, October, maybe.
Okay.
Judge, I'm wide open from the 17th of September on.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 18th of September on.
All right.
Judge, you do have a civil jury trial starting on Tuesday, September 19th.
Let's go past that.
On Tuesday, October 3rd, you have 2 scheduled ones in prison.
No, let's go past that.
Another civil trial, October 10th.
Past that.
Another civil trial, October 24th.
How long is that trial? Can I see the book? I'm sorry, Miss Adams.
Okay.
I can't visualize what it looks like sometimes without looking at it, knowing who the attorneys are.
Mr. Sneed, while she's doing that, if you get a chance this morning, give me a call on the exam schedule for this afternoon. I think Alexander may have already talked to you.
He did, but I will call you, Dave. Thanks.
Thanks.
I'm guessing, we may just need 1 day on this. I have only a couple witnesses and video to present.
Nope.
So
We have to pick a jury, and I always say, I understand, Isaac, and we both move pretty quickly, but I think we'd be better setting it for 2.
Mr. Sneed, can you turn your volume up or something? It's hard to hear you. Thank you.
Mr. Goldstein is Zachary Rosenberg. He's not in custody.
No, he's not, Your Honor.
23 file. I can back that one up to this one, or I can go further out.
Why don't we do that, Your Honor? Why don't we just set this one for that same date? If this one goes, fine. If it doesn't go, it can go.
Okay, so I have November 8th and November, well, it'd be Wednesday, oh no, be Tuesday, November 7. And then I'll set the other file for pretrial on that day.
Okay,
We've had enough pretrials. Obviously, if there's a resolution, I mean, do you want me to set a pretrial, or if there's a resolution, you can bring them in anytime?
yeah, if we have a resolution or motions or anything, we can always just call the court and get a date.
Okay. Let's see, why don't we do a deadline for motions, jury instructions, what are your questions? Filed and heard by October 26th,
It's fine.
as well as the others filed. Okay, so I got this done. I've done a scheduling order. Miss Adams, could I get a copy of the scheduling order for Mr. Smith to take with him today? All right, so Mr. Smith, just have a seat right there and we'll get you a notice, and then you'll call Mr. Goldstein's office today, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Actually, Isaac, if you're okay with adjourning that exam, we can talk later.
Yeah, that's fine. I am.
And Miss Adams, if you could let the jail know I'm ready for Miss Carden. All right, Mr. Brigman is back. All right, so back on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Brandon Ty Brigman, file number 21-20566FH. Miss Underwood, have you had a chance to speak with Mr. Brigman?
Yes, Your Honor. I've spoken with Mr. Brigman. Mr. Brigman today will be entering a plea to an attempted failure to pay child support, a 2-year felony with a delay, Your Honor, for 11 months prior to sentencing, during which time if Mr. Brigman pays off the entire amount, Your Honor, this case would be reduced to a 93-day disorderly.
That's correct, Your Honor. So we'd be amending count 1 to an attempted failure to pay, and I'll prepare that paperwork.
Would you add a count 2 if they won't let?
You prefer it that way?
I think our clerk's office does.
Okay, I can do it that way.
All right, so, and then, what's the balance owed?
He owes $3,322.91 as of today. He has an income withholding order in place. He's been paying over and above every month for quite some time.
So it's currently charging?
Yeah, it's charging at $576 a month.
So, Mr. Brigman, you'll have to pay an additional, on top of your current child support order, you would have to pay $302 a month extra, and that'll pay off your arrearage in 11 months. Okay, do you understand that? And okay, so Mr. Brigman, you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, you can put your hand down, and if you can get a little closer to your device, because you're kind of a little bit faint, and we're trying to get a good record of this. All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna turn up volume in the courtroom. All right, so Mr. Brigman, you have heard the statement of your attorney and the prosecuting attorney. Is it your intention to plead guilty to count 2, which will be an attempted failure to pay that carries a maximum penalty of up to 2 years in prison? The sentence would be delayed for 11 months. So you'll have a pre-sentence report done, and I'll set sentencing out 11 months from now. And then during that 11 months, you pay off your arrearage, it'll get reduced to a 93-day disorderly. So is it your intention to plead guilty to that, Judge?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, are you satisfied with Ms. Underwood as your attorney and the advice that she has given you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, neither, other than what was placed on the record, neither the prosecutor, the defendant, nor anyone on the defendant's behalf has discussed any possible sentence after that with the court. Is that correct, Ms. Brenner?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And Ms. Underwood?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, and as far as you're aware, Mr. Brigman, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Mr. Brigman, if a guilty plea is accepted, there will be no trial. This means that you will be giving up rights that you would have had at trial. I'm going to explain those rights to you now to make sure that you understand them. You have a right to a speedy public trial by jury. You may ask for a non-jury trial, and if the prosecutor and court agree, you can have a non-jury trial. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to have the prosecuting attorney prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty and you do not have to prove anything. You have the right to be present at trial and have witnesses against you appear at your trial and to ask those witnesses questions. You have the right to have the court order any witnesses you have for your defense to appear at the trial. You have the right to remain silent during your trial, not to have your silence used against you. However, you also have the right to testify at your trial if you want to testify. Do you understand that if your plea is accepted, you may be giving up the right to appeal issues that would otherwise be appealable if you were convicted at trial? Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that any appeal from the conviction and sentence pursuant to the plea will be by application for leave to appeal and not by right? Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you are not a citizen of the United States of America, a conviction of a crime may result in deportation, exclusion from admission to the United States of America, or denial of naturalization. So, do you have any questions about the rights that I've given to you?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Brigman, how do you wish to plead to the charge that during the time period from August 1 of 2020 through March 31 of 2021, that you did commit the offense of child support failing to pay attempted? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Right, and would you agree that was the front of the court is located in the city of Adrian in the county of Lenawee, and that's where your order was from?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Has anyone made any threats or promises to you to induce you to plead guilty to this charge other than the agreement that was placed on the record?
No, Your Honor.
Do you understand that if I accept this plea, you will be giving up any and all claims that your plea is given as a result of promises or threats that were not disclosed to the court on the record during the hearing, or that it was not your own choice to enter the plea? Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is the prosecutor or defense counsel aware of any promises or threats or inducements other than the plea bargain to induce the defendant to plead guilty? Ms. Underwood?
No, Your Honor.
And Ms. Brenner?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Brigman, has your attorney promised you any particular sentence or estimated what your sentence will be other than the agreement that was placed on the record?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so and it's your own choice to plead guilty?
Yes.
All right, so Mr. Brigman, during the time period of August 1 of 2020 through March 31 of 2020, did you have a child support order through Lenawee County?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and would you agree the front of the court is located in the city of Adrian in the county of Lenawee?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now, you were ordered to pay a monthly amount of child support. Do you know what that monthly amount was? 500 and
76.
would you agree it was around $577?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And every month during that time period, did you pay the full $577?
No, Your Honor, not during that time.
Okay. So you would agree you did not pay every month as you were ordered to pay?
I would agree, yeah.
Okay. All right. Are you satisfied, Ms. Brenner?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Has the court complied with MCR 6.302 B, C, and D? Ms. Underwood?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Brenner?
Yes, Your Honor.
I accept the plea. It has been given understandably, voluntarily, and accurately. The defendant has full knowledge of his rights. He does have competent counsel. This court has made no agreement regarding the possibility of a plea or possible sentence in this case with the prosecutor, the defense attorney, the defendant, or anyone acting in the interest of either of them. I'm going to refer this matter to the probation department for a pre-sentence investigation. And I'm going to set this out to 6, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to set this matter for sentencing on May 3rd of 2024. I believe I'm here. So, Mr. Brigman.
Yes, sir.
Going to set this matter for sentencing 11 months out, which I have as May 3rd of 2024. And that'll be at 8:30 in the morning or 8:15 in the morning. Couple things at this point going forward. I'm going to put you in a breakout room with someone from the Michigan Department of Corrections. They're gonna give you further instructions. One, you're gonna have to come meet with them a couple times, pick up a packet, fill out the packet, return the packet, and then you'll have a meeting with someone. It's usually, I think on these, Chris Jones or Mike Stevenson. And when you meet with them, be truthful about your background, be truthful with them about the events that occurred. They'll prepare a pre-sentence report. We will provide that to Ms. Underwood. And Ms. Underwood will review that with you sometime before May 3rd of 2024. Now, Mr. Brigman, if 6 months go by and you're not making your payments and you're not paying the $302 extra every month I'm ordering you to pay, then understand we can move your sentencing up, okay?
I understand.
Okay, so it's really important. Where do you work at?
I work at Highlight.
Okay, so I don't know if you need to get a second job for the next 6 months to, use the money to pay. It's possible. You don't owe that much. So it's really, really just entirely possible for you to do this, and I know you can. So I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Miss Holly from MDOC. And remember, I'm expecting starting in June for you to pay an additional $302 on your child support, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's your rearage. You don't have any other cases, right?
I'm currently, Your Honor, I'm currently on probation for a DUI that I received last.
No, my question was, you don't have another child support case collecting, right?
Oh, no, I don't. Yeah.
Okay, well, you'd be surprised. Some people are like, yeah, I got like 6 others. So that's good. That's good. Good job. All right, so I'm going to put you and Miss Holly in a breakout room. And remember, sentencing will be May 3rd of 2024. You're ordered to pay your child support plus an additional $302 every month starting in June. All right?
Absolutely.
All right, go ahead and join that breakout room with Miss Holly.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so Miss Underwood, I have Mr. Lance. And then Miss Brenner, you'll be all set, right?
Yes, Judge, thank you.
Okay. Mr. Lance, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Let me get your file. All right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Keegan Kyle Lance, file number 21-20269FH. I have Rhonda Underwood appearing on behalf of Mr. Lance, and I have Sarah Brenner appearing on behalf of the Attorney General's office. All right, so the last time we were here, Ms. Underwood, you had informed me that he was making payments. So my notes show that he got a new job and he made a large payment and then he's missed a couple months. So Ms. Underwood, this is basically a show cause to find out why he's not making payments. The agreement was he would pay as ordered If you got it down to 8,000 or less, it would be reduced to an attempted, and if you got it down to a zero balance, you would get a misdemeanor, which is smart. We set his sentencing for December 8th of this year. So, Ms. Underwood, have you had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Lance?
Your Honor, that's been kind of difficult. Could I have a breakout?
Yep, so Mr. Lance, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Ms. Underwood.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Brigman, you're all set. You can disconnect.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, well, thank you. All right, Mr. Lance, I'm going to assign you and Ms. Underwood to a breakout room as soon as I find her. There she is. And Ms. Hera, you'll be after this one. Let me get rid of Mr. Gold, the jail, and then I'll take this one. All right, Jamie Carden, are you is that you at the jail?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Goldstein, and is this you, Mr. Merton, or Ms. Weiss?
Both of us, Your Honor.
All right. Okay. All right, this is in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Jamie Lee Carden. We have two files, 22-20792FH and 22-21124FC. I have David Goldstein appearing on behalf of Ms. Carden, who is joining us from the jail. And I have Douglas Hartung and Jacqueline Weiss appearing on behalf of the people. This is the date and time set for pre-trial on this matter. Mr. Goldstein, how do you wish to proceed with Ms. Carden?
Your Honor, there was a real substantial delay in these matters because of the fact that a transcript was ordered, I think back in December, but for some reason it was never prepared until I got in the case. I have just within the last maybe week or so received that transcript. My client has been given a copy. And I do anticipate motions based upon the testimony at the prelim. I know she's been sitting there for a long time. One of the motions I'm contemplating is a bond motion. I know she's been sitting there for a long time, but we needed this transcript since I was not representing her at the time. So I would ask for an adjournment approximately 30 days. I'll get those motions filed as soon as possible.
Okay, I can do June 28 or July 5.
Let's go July 5, Your Honor.
All right, so I will adjourn this to July 5 for pre-trials and motions. And you'll do the step in order to adjourn, Mr. Goldstein.
I will, Your Honor.
All right, we will see you back July 5 at 8:30 in the morning. Just make sure we get a judge's copy. Thank you, Mr. Goldstein and Mr. Hartung and Ms. Weiss and Ms. Carter. Thank you.
Can I sign somebody's name to the step?
Yes,
Everybody.
Okay, thanks.
thanks.
Okay.
All right, thank you. You're all set, Ms. Carter. Okay. Ms. Carol, oh. Mr. Fry, let's see who this is. I have somebody who's called in on a telephone. Can I ask your name, please?
This is Hunter Plummer.
Hunter Plummer, okay. Your attorney is Miss Hera. So bear with us. We'll take your case next, all right? All right, Miss Underwood,
all right,
how do you wish to proceed with Mr. Lance?
Your Honor, it's my understanding that Mr. Lance has gotten himself back on track. He has paid as recently as last week, and he paid $2,000 in the last month, Your Honor. And he's done the math, and he thinks he can make, I believe he said 500 a week payments and get this done. I would ask that we give Mr. Lance a chance to do that, Your Honor. I think he is making an effort.
All right, Ms. Brenner, are you able to ascertain that he's paid that in the last month?
Your Honor, I only see a $700 payment. I don't see an additional payment, but that may just not have cleared the system yet if he just made it. He paid $700 May 16th, I believe. So I know he was changing jobs. The victim contacted me, Your Honor. She's very frustrated with him and she feels he's playing games. So with a couple of months of non-payments, I asked the court to schedule a show cause. I explained to her that if we do sentence him, he'll likely be placed on probation. She still would like us to proceed with asking for sentencing right now.
Well, you know,
Judge,
I have to
I did
say-
check with the friend of the court and they too said that only $700 was paid. The payment before that was back in February.
Right.
Mr. Lance, did you just make a payment?
No, I made a payment last week. The first payment was $700, I believe. And the payment after that was $1,400, adding to $2,100.
How did you
I
make
sent,
the payment? Through MsDo.com or how did you make the payment?
Through the MIUS or whatever it's called, but I sent screenshots to Darren Toss.
When did you make that payment? The
Last week.
1,400 last week, so it may
hold
not
on,
just show.
It takes a while to clear through the MsDo.com, Judge.
Okay, hold on. Let me look at the screenshots real quick.
It's okay, Mr. Lance. All right, thank you, Mr. Coast. Anything else regarding Mr. Lance?
Your Honor, if you're inclined to give him more time, I would ask that the court give him a short leash. And, you know, if he's not going to comply with what he's stating today, then I will be contacting the court again very shortly.
So, Mr. Lance, Mr. Coast, you're monitoring him, is that correct?
I am, Judge.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue this to your sentencing day, but Mr. Coast will make me aware of whether or not your payments are coming in. And if you're missing payments, we will issue a show cause. All right, Mr. Lance?
Okay, that's fine. My last payment was $526.
Okay. So, Mr. Lance, I would just emphasize the fact that a misdemeanor on your record is far better than having a felony on your record, all right?
Right.
All right. You know, and if you have to get a second job, a part-time job on weekends, whatever, just get it paid off, okay?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So now we're expecting $500 a week, Judge. Is that what he's committing to at this point?
What are you going to pay per week, Mr. Lance?
It is $500 a week.
Okay.
By December, it should be, you know, that's $2,000 a month. That should be by December, at least $1,300.
Okay. All right. So we'll be expecting that 500 a month then. Thank you, Mr. Lance, and we'll continue this to your sentencing date. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Good luck, Mr. Lance.
I think it's December something, Holly.
It was previously set for sentencing on, let me
So it's
see.
the original sentencing date?
Yeah, December 8th at 8:15.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Lance,
Your Honor,
yeah.
I just wanted to make you aware that I'm here on Mr. Malero's behalf, on Mr. McFarland, Mr. Allen, and Mr. Reed.
Okay, all right. So I think I have this 419 number that's, Mr. Lance, are you still with us?
This is Mr. Plummer.
Okay, that's Miss Hera. So hold on, minutes. Hera done. Mr. Plummer. And Miss Adams, if you could let the jail know, I will take Rio Reed or Timothy Merrick. No, Rio Reed.
Okay.
Okay, this is in the matter of people of the state of Michigan versus Hunter Lee Plummer, file number 23-21331FH. I have Roxanne Hera representing Mr. Plummer and I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Christy Hera representing Mr. Plummer. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
And I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people. Mr. Plummer has called in. This is the date and time set for a pre-trial in this matter. Ms. Hera, how would you like to proceed?
I had an opportunity to discuss this case with Mr. Sneed. Restitution to the victim is $1,400. And if Mr. Plummer can pay that by December, then Mr. Sneed will offer him a larceny, 200 to 1,000 under HIDA. And his sentence would run concurrent with the case that he has in Monroe County. And I also talked to Mr. Coast, and this can be accomplished through pretrial services, but it would need to be ordered by Your Honor as a condition of his bond.
Mr. Sneed?
I have no objection to that, Your Honor. That's accurate.
Okay, so what exactly am I ordering as condition of bond?
Payment of the, set up a payment plan with Mr. Coast in the amount of $1,400.
Right, over what period of time?
I believe December, is that correct, Mr. Sneed?
Yes, that's when his HIDA in Monroe is scheduled to end.
So you'd have to pay $234 a month. Wait, well. Yeah, you have to pay $234 a month for 6 months, right?
Yeah, or a lump sum by December.
Right.
Don't have any objection.
Okay, and then I can set this for another pre-trial in December. Does that sound good, Miss Hara?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so why don't I, Miss Adams, I'm looking at December 6th. I think
That's a good date.
okay. So, all right. So, Mr. Plummer, I'm going to set another pre-trial in this case for December 6th at 8:30 in the morning. Ms. Hara is going to do a stipend order to adjourn, and Mr. Sneed, can you sign your name with permission?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Plummer, you are going to be required starting next week for the month of June to pay $234 as a condition of bond per month or a lump sum, and then Mr. Coast will monitor, and then we'll get an order so the clerk's office will accept it. So every month I need you to pay $234 to the clerk's office, or the lump sum of $1,400, whatever.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to make a payment starting in June.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and then Ms. Harry, you can do the stipend order to adjourn to December 6th, all right?
I will.
All right, excellent. All right, thank you both, and you're all set.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Adams, can you let Mr. Coast know that? All right, who do I have from the jail?
Rio Reed.
Oh, can you say your name?
Rio Reed.
All right, I had Rhonda. Oh, she's in a breakout room. Where did Rhonda go? Well, I had your attorney and she ran away. So, Mr. Fry, do you want to come up? I don't have your client. Have you been able to reach her?
No.
Okay. All right, it's Mr. Reed, just hang out a minute. All right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Deborah Sue Bacon, file number 22-21048FH. This is a date time scheduled for a final pretrial conference. Ms. Bacon has failed to appear. I have Brian Fry and I'm appearing on behalf of Ms. Bacon, and Amanda Wagner appearing on behalf of the people. So, Mr. Fry, have you had contact with your client?
I've not had contact since the last pretrial, Your Honor. I have attempted to call her, but the numbers I have are no longer in service. She has not reached out. She usually comes in person. She's always appeared in person in the past, so I have no information on why she isn't here today.
Okay, so Ms. Wagner, what I'm going to do at this point is issue a bench warrant for her arrest, and I'm going to turn the trial on June 13 into a pretrial in the event that she appears. All right, so I'm going to issue a bench warrant, and I'm going to set bond in the amount of 50,000 cash assured, surety, no, 50,000 cash. My letter back out, and then, pre-trial will be now June 13th at 9 AM. And I will take the trial off. And obviously, Mr. Fry, if you're able to locate your client, you want to get her in sooner, that would be great.
Definitely will, if I hear from her, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fry.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Oh, we'll do the notice of hearing.
Thanks.
All right, thanks. I don't think we need to do a notice because it's stayed on. So all right, so Mr. Reed, I am just waiting for Miss Underwood to come back from the other courtroom.
Yes, ma'am.
So. Jeff, you want to take recess? All right. About 10 minutes, we can do that.
Okay, I'll sit here.
No, she said she wasn't coming in. She's kitchen.
Wow.
Murphy just logged in. So Mr. Reed, they might switch you out because I got an attorney, but just not yours. So they might switch you out with was it Timothy Merritt? So if they come in and say they're gonna take somebody else, that's fine. All right, Mr. Murphy, can you hear me?
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Let's see. You have,
I have Mr. Merritt.
you do, but you also have, that's it?
That's all that I have is Mr. Merritt, I believe.
All right, so.
They absolutely. They want to merit.
Hold on, Mr. Murphy, they're gonna switch out Mr. Reed and bring Mr. Merritt in.
Yes, Your Honor.
I gotta throw you back in, then come back out. All right.
Should tell your wife that Adrian's citywide garage sale is coming up.
Oh, we got ours starting.
Full day of garage sales all over the city of Adrian.
She likes the barn staples.
There's-
Yeah, steaks. She's gonna go up to. See. It's some barns up there. Yeah, hers starts tomorrow.
Who's what?
Janet's, that's it.
Where's it?
House?
It's not this one.
No. Ours starts.
She got it posted. Because,
Not yet.
well, how am I supposed to know what you got? Because I'm like making my daughter go Thursday morning to one in Brooklyn that has a Brown Betty teapot from England.
Yeah.
And I want one.
That. Just slow there.
Well, I am a firm believer that, you know, people are like, oh, I want my hair curls bare and nothing and whatever. And I'm like, no,
No.
I want all the crap. So
She is. She's got some stuff.
your wife is like one of the most talented people I know.
She's. Stuff all. Like. Yeah. It's just.
Hey, Matt, how many times have you been asked if Kim Murphy is your mother?
None, actually.
Really? Is she gonna post it?
I don't know what she's right now, last time I went down, she was something about those, you know, the chairs, the ones.
Yeah.
They're in the trash. She took them up.
Yesterday, it's gonna sound.
That's going really well.
Yeah, that's what it says.
I, yeah.
Put stuff up last week. People just know. Stuff, so.
Yeah.
Some good money. She just sold some stuff.
I know, but she doesn't post it, so I never see it.
Yeah, we have.
I'm looking for butler cabinets, because my husband and I finally, after 20 years, want to redo the kitchen. But, you know, you have to you can buy a house for what they charge you to do a kitchen. So I have a vintage stove that will go to Georgia next year to be built. But I was gonna do cabinets on one half and then try to find a butler. Trade on the other side.
What are those?
Who's your cabinet? I need something bigger.
She came home one day. We have boys. We had me. So who's your cabinet now? She took her, what a year and a half, she did the whole thing. We both did. It is gorgeous.
All right, Mr. Murphy, we do have Mr. Merritt.
Yeah, I think we're ready to proceed on the record with Mr. Merritt.
What did you say, Mr. Murphy?
I said, I think we're ready to proceed on the record. I don't need a breakout session with him.
Oh, awesome. All right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Timothy Joe Merritt. We have two files, 20-20090. 20-20099FH. And we have file number 23-21363FH. I have Matthew Murphy appearing on behalf of Mr. Merritt, and I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people. So, Mr. Murphy, how do you wish to proceed? But is this one? I thought this was a box.
There might be a contempt for missing a court date.
For missing court date. All right. So, Mr. Murphy, how do you wish to proceed on behalf of Mr. Merritt?
Your Honor, we would ask that the older file, the 99FH file, be set for trial in this matter, and that the contempt charge with that be set, for a pretrial on that same date. We ordered the transcripts on the newer file. We're waiting on those, so we're just asking that those be set for a pretrial. I guess when the court schedules the final pretrial for the older file.
Okay, so you want a trial date on the 2020 file?
Yes, Your Honor.
So let me look at it here. So on file number 20-20099FH, Mr. Merritt is charged with 2 counts, or 1 count of felonious assault and 1 count of RNO. So on count 1, because he has a habitual offender 4th offense notice, he's looking at a maximum penalty of up to 15 years in prison. Is that correct, Mr. Murphy?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and was there, and I'm just doing this for my notes, was there a plea offer ever made on file number 20-20090FH?
My notes say that back in November of 2020, the offer was to plead to resist imposing an officer with no habituals, and they would dismiss the assault.
Okay, and then on file number 23-21363FH, he's charged with 2 more counts of police officer RNO, habitual offender 4th offense notice. So the maximum penalty, if he got convicted at trial, could be up to 15 years on that file as well. Is that correct, Mr. Murphy?
Yes, Your Honor, and I believe I've already spoken with Mr. Merritt. He's already aware of this, but there's also the possibility of RNOs, resist opposing officers, can be strung together if there's multiple for the same date.
Yeah. So potentially he could be looking at 15 years and another 15 years stacked on that.
Yes, it could be consecutive sentencing is authorized for those. I believe I've spoken with him about that. If not, I can speak
Okay.
with him at length again, but he's
And
aware of
was
what
there a
he's.
plea- was there a plea offer made on that file?
I don't believe so, Your Honor. We had the exam. I believe we just had the exam a couple weeks ago. I believe it was
So,
May
Mr.
16th.
Sneed, is there a plea offer on that file?
No, it doesn't appear so. It's Mr. Fleming's case. Ms. Wagner.
I can't hear you, Mr. Sneed, at all.
No offer, Judge.
Okay. So. This, let's see, on the file number 20-20099FH. Do you need 1 day, 2 days for trial?
I think 1 day should be sufficient with that one, Your Honor.
All right, so Miss Adams, I would need, can I see the book, Miss Adams?
Yes.
I don't mean to be a pain, I just, sometimes it helps if I can see it. I'm sorry. I don't remember the huge, I just can't visualize it usually. All right, 1 day trial. 1 day. A murder trial, first week of July. So. And then I have. Trial. I could set this for August 2nd. No, actually, I think I'm gonna set it for August 1 at 9 AM. Would that work for you, Mr. Murphy?
Yes, Your Honor.
I have another trial scheduled that day, but I suspect that one will settle. And I am going to set a final pretrial for July 26th. Is that good for you as well?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
And I will require, I will make that the motion deadline, motion and eliminate deadline, as well as the date, jury instructions, what your questions are due.
Okay.
All right, so Mr. Merritt, that'll be your trial date on file number 20-20099FH. And I will set both of them for pretrial on July 26th at 8:30 in the morning. And your bond is continued. Anything else we need to do today, Mr. Murphy?
Yeah, I guess I was just gonna ask about the bond. He was out on a PR bond on the underlying charge, the one that we just set for trial, the older one. Obviously he's being held right now. I didn't know if that bond was changed, if it's still PR, or if it could be changed to a cash bond to make sure he's getting credit.
Which file is the cash bond, the new one?
The old one, the 9-9, he was PR bonded on that, and he missed that date. I didn't know if that bond was ever changed. If he still has a PR on that one, he's not getting credit.
Oh, let me see. All right, we'll make sure that he has a bond on both of them. I show. Benchmark. Contact. Ms. Adams, what is is there a bond on 20-20090? I don't think there is. So
Judge, the computer shows a 25,000 bond.
cash
What is that?
surety.
Is that on the contempt charge and not on the underlying? Because he won't be getting credit on the underlying, so.
So it looks like when the bench warrant was issued, that revokes the bond. And then the bond was on the bench warrant, correct?
All right, so we'll make sure he has the same
All right.
bond in his underlying files as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, anything else?
Nothing further from the defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor. You're all set.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. You have a good day. Okay, I'll talk to you as soon as I can.
All right.
And thank you, Your Honor. You have a good day.
You too, thank you. Right, well, I just need Rhonda Underwood. So I don't have her, so we'll take a recess. Jeff, you don't have to walk there.
Let's go ahead out that way.
Okay. Okay. See who we got now. We're just waiting for Mr. Dagger Marcosing to connect. McFarland, I know it's been a long morning, but we are, let's see, still waiting. I'm gonna see if Mr. Decker Margosian can take care of you and Mr. Reed when he logs on. Mr. Decker Margosian, I was wondering, now that I've got you, if I think that Mr. McFarland and Mr. Reed were just going to be an adjournment because Mr. Malaro was out today, and I don't know if you could verify that with Miss Underwood. But if you could put that on the record, that would be great.
Yeah, that's no problem, Judge. Let me try to touch base with Miss Underwood about that. What were the names?
Zachary McFarland and Rio Reed.
Sure. Let me try to find that out.
I appreciate that. Miss Adams, did I give you back the Amy Sexton file by mistake? Because I seem to be missing. Yeah, Reed, McFarland, Allen, Schultes. No, never mind. I found it. I just put it in the wrong order. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't really.
Mr. Decker Margosian.
Your Honor, I've gotten word that the Reed file will be an adjournment and the McFarland file is being set for trial.
Okay.
I'm happy to.
Are you comfortable?
Yeah. That's fine. Mhm.
All right. So, Mr. Reed.
Yes, ma'am.
Your attorney is asking for another pretrial. So, is that the one being set for pretrial? You said, Mr. Decker.
Yes, and if it's okay, can I just address Mr. Reed briefly?
Sure.
Mr. Reed,
Well,
are you?
let me call it. Hold on. This is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Rio Ernesto Reed. file number 2023-21349FH. I have Michael Decker Margosian appearing today on behalf of Mr. Reed and Mr. Sneed appearing on behalf of the people. All right, you may proceed, Mr. Decker.
Your Honor, before asking for the adjournment on the pretrial, I just want to make sure Mr. Reed understands what's happening here. Mr. Reed, your assigned attorney, Mr. Malaro, is absent today, but he has indicated that he wants this case to be adjourned. Are you okay with that happening?
I really am not, because I want to go and get this out of the way. I don't want to, because I've been in this.
Hold on, Mr. Reed, hold on. So the room you're in is really bad audio. Can you sit forward and just speak a little bit slower? That room echoes really bad, so it's not your fault. Go ahead.
I really don't want to adjourn it because I've been here since April 17th. I've been here for 45 days, just sitting here for no apparent reason. I just want to get this matter taken care of so I can get up out of here.
Okay, so Mr. Reed, I'm just gonna do, I have an adjournment. I'm gonna set it out 2 weeks. So I'm not gonna set it out far, so I'm gonna set it out to June 14, all right?
Okay.
And then, at 8:15 or 8:30, is that all right, Mr. Dagger Margosian?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, so Mr. Reed, we'll set it out to just 2 weeks, and then we'll see you back then, and your attorney can address bond or whatever else needs to be addressed that day, okay?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. Okay, thank you, Mr. Dagger Margosian. Okay, so let's move to Mr. McFarland. Let me grab scheduling order. And Mr. Dagger Margosian, you have Mr. Allen, right?
I don't have Mr. Allen. I have Mr. Schultes and Ms. Sexton.
Sexton, okay. No way. Okay. All right, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Zachary and Michael McFarland, file number 22-21053FH and 22-49695PP. I have Michael Dagger Margosian appearing for Mr. Malaro today, and Phoebe Muir appearing on behalf of the people. This is a date and time set for a pre-trial. So are you asking for a jury trial date on the criminal file?
Yes, that's my understanding, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Muir, how many days do you think? Let me see. It's a GBH and interfering 2 days?
Just 1 day.
Okay.
And I did file a 404B notice on the criminal matter as well. Mr. Malaro is aware of that. He is still, as far as I know, considering the offer to an aggravated DV second, which would make this a 5-year offense. But we are asking with no resolution at this time that we do set it for trial and get this case moving.
Okay. All right. So Mr. Dagger Margosian, I'm looking. So he is not in custody, so that one's gonna go. I'm gonna back it up. Let's see. Miss Adams, I still have where it says no jury the last week of September. Why is that again?
It's my understanding there's security training of some
Oh,
sort.
yeah. Okay, all right. So then I run up. Well. So many. Okay, no. Ms. Adams, I'm here August 9. Looks like August 8.
I believe so.
Right, how about August 8? It's a Tuesday at 9 a.m.
That's fine, Your Honor. Thank you.
That works for the people.
All right, and then I'm going to set final pretrial for July 26th. At 8:30 in the morning, and that'll also be the deadline for motions. Jury instructions will be due, as well as any dear questions.
Your Honor, what was the date?
August 8th.
And then for pretrial was the
July 26th or 23.
Okay.
And I'll set the other file for pretrial on that day as well. 22-49695 PP. All right, so Mr. McFarland, we will set this for jury trial on August 8th of 2023 at 9 a.m. Just so you know in advance, in the event you are convicted at trial, you will be remanded to custody that day. So be prepared for that possibility. The maximum penalty of the offense that you're charged with, the GBH, is up to 10 years in prison. So we will see you back here on August 8th of 2023 at 9 a.m. for trial, and July 26th of 2023 at 8:30 a.m. for pretrial. Did you write that down, Mr. McFarland? Make sure in June, next month, you call and schedule an appointment to meet with Mr. Malaro to prepare for trial, all right?
And Judge, there's only one other thing I do need to address, and I told Mr. Malaro about this. I didn't realize Mr. Dagger-Margosian was going to be covering that we did get a report from Megan McFarland in this case that Mr. McFarland is still leaving her items similar to some of these PPO allegations. At this time, I told her that we are not authorizing any new PPO violations while this case is pending, but I would just ask, Judge, that you remind Mr. McFarland that that can be seen as a PPO violation. He could get another violation.
So why are you not authorizing? Oh, was that because the people don't do that anymore?
No.
Doesn't authorize PPO violations anymore.
Not necessarily. I just told her that I wanted to see how these cases played out and see. I was basically waiting to see if he would plead and get in on probation before we dealt with that. But I told her I would let the court make the court aware of it so that he could be admonished on the record at least.
Well, if there are more violations, you should probably proceed on those. But Mr. McFarland, you need to understand, and because you are innocent until proven guilty of any violations, I'm just placing on the record that if PPO violations are alleged, you could sit in jail till trial if you get arrested on those violations. Do you understand that? So it's very important that you honor the terms of the PPO. And Ms. Meir, obviously, if the people choose to authorize on the violation of the PPO, then show cause.
Yeah.
That's acceptable.
It's mostly just because there's so many instances she's afraid that she's overloading the police with the number of calls. So she just let me know. She hasn't let the police know. So I told her that the police know.
Yeah, that's their job. So, all right. So Mr. McFarland, we'll see you back. Thank you. Okay. All right. So, Mr. Dagger-Margosian, I do not. Schultes. So, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Kevin Bruce Schultes, file number 22-21060FH. Is he in custody or?
Not to my knowledge.
I do have a stipend order to adjourn to today's date that was signed by this court on March 21. I know he's involved in the economic crimes program. Do we have any he's not here today, so I have Michael Dagger Margosian appearing on behalf of Mr. Schultes and Phoebe Neer appearing on behalf of the people. So he's not here. Do we have an update from the ECU?
Yes, Judge. The update I received from Mr. Wendt, as of, let's see, 5/17, that he has not contacted or made any payments towards diversion. So we were actually going to withdraw diversion today.
Mr. Dagger Margosian?
Your Honor, I don't really have anything to add. And I'm looking on database. I don't see Mr. Schultes in custody anywhere, so I really don't have anything to add at this time.
All right, what's the balance owed on restitution, Ms. Mayor?
$502.24. Yeah. And the last contact Mr. Wendt had with him was in February of 2023. He indicated he was going to try and make payments, and he has not had contact since then.
Your Honor,
What, Mr. Dagger Margosian?
What I can add to the court for whatever it's worth is the times that I have been in contact with Mr. Schultes, he did indicate that he would try his best to comply with ECU. I know each time I spoke with him, he did indicate that, money is tight and but he would try. But I obviously acknowledge Ms. Mears' report.
Okay, well, he still failed to appear, so I'm going to issue a bench warrant for his arrest. And I'm going to set bond in the amount of $1,500 cash. So obviously, if you come across him, let us know. We can bring him in, all right?
Thank you, Honor.
All right, in the matter of people of the state of Michigan versus Amy Marie Sexton, file number 23-21280FH. And Michael Dagger Margosian appearing on behalf of Ms. Sexton, and I have Phoebe Neer appearing on behalf of the people. This is the date and time set for a pretrial in this matter. I do not have her here. She has not been here this morning, nor has she zoomed in. I do have a notice of hearing that was mailed to the address we had for her.
Your Honor.
On 16th of 23, and she has failed to appear.
I talked with her yesterday. She has a doctor's appointment this morning for a potential, what she's relayed to me is a spine surgery. She indicated that she would appear once her appointment is over. If the court would allow that latitude, I would ask to just pass this matter.
Well, as long as you've had contact with her, I understand. So that's probably fine. I'll set it for another pretrial. Can I set it for July 5th at 8:30 in the morning?
July 5th looks good.
All right, and if you can do the stipend order to adjourn and let her know if there is a surgery and she's not able to appear, just call our office and adjourn it, all right?
Will do, thank you.
And just let her know as well, if she doesn't have any payment by then, diversion is going to be withdrawn. She's another who hasn't made any payments since she's been in the program since January.
I will relay that message.
Thank you.
All right. So Mr. Dagger Margosian, before you run away, I have one more, Reginald Allen. Miss Adams, can we verify Mr. Allen is not in custody? I received an amended information So in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan, this is my last one of this orders, versus Reginald Lee Allen, file number 22-20967FH. And Phoebe Meir appearing on behalf of the people, but then Mr. Malaro is on this file. I did receive an amended information. I know that Mr. Malaro was not available to appear today. Ms. Meir, did you meet with Mr. Malaro?
Yeah, Mr. Malaro and I touched base, and he indicated he would be speaking with Mr. Allen about pleading to that disorderly. He had talked about maybe doing one more pre-trial to give him some time to talk to him about that offer. But I know we were looking to try and get it resolved with that. So I prepared the amended just in case he had a chance to talk with him.
All right, so Mr. Gagnon-Margosian, what I'm gonna do, because I know Mr. Malaro wasn't able to be here today, there might have been some confusion with his clients, and because of that, I'll give some leeway. I'm gonna set this over to June 21st for another pretrial. And then at 8:30 a.m., and if your office can do the stip in order to adjourn.
I can. What was the first name on that?
Reginald Allen, and it's file number 22-20967FH. I figured there'd been some work done on it because I haven't amended it.
Okay, we'll do the stip to adjourn, Your Honor.
All
And I'm
right,
sorry, what was the date?
What did I say? June 21 at 8:30.
Thank you.
So I believe that concludes our criminal docket.
Deborah Bacon was a no-show also, right?
Yes, and I issued a bench warrant.
Okay.
And set her jury trial for June 13 as a free trial.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you all. Everybody have a good day.